Welcome to the Hoard, a podcast of all gems, golds, and trinkets a dragon desires, and all for the dragons at DeSoto Senior High School. I am Meg Wallace, and today we are talking to Mrs. Macy Moore, a librarian at DeSoto Senior High School, in honor of Librarian Appreciation Day. Welcome to the Hoard, Miss Moore.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to start off with questions. For our listeners who may not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been a librarian?
My name is Macy Moore. I have been a librarian, full-time librarian here for 3 years. I was a part-time librarian in both of my previous districts. So I wasn't in the library all day, but I was an English teacher before that. I've taught almost everything English related. I've taught English of all levels. I teach English at Jefferson College and Minot College. I like to read. Like I said, I like all things English, and I love getting to come to work every day and get to help other students, hopefully guide them to that love as well.
Mm-hmm. What are your favorite things about being a librarian?
My absolute favorite thing is that I get to, my population base is all high school, as you guys I'm sure are aware, but that's my favorite thing. I get to come in and I get to hang around with teenagers all day and get to joke around and get their fun and nearing adult personalities. I tell everybody that I don't think I could ever teach elementary school children because
they're kind of a little bad now.
Right. Well, I'm just too sarcastic, and I don't want to make anyone cry. And I haven't, knock on wood, had any issues with high schoolers in that. But I love getting to talk to them because they're reading a lot of the same items that I'm reading, and just getting to discuss that with them. It's like a book club all day, every day with these students. I get to show them what I love to read. I get to show them my favorite books and my favorite genres and the space that I've made for everybody that I love being in all day, every day, and hopefully that they can come up and enjoy and be in all day, every day too.
Mm-hmm. And that's really nice and everything. I know that Isaac likes to, my brother likes to hang out with you.
Absolutely. I love having Isaac up there.
And I know that some of the ATS kids like to hang out a lot too. But so let's talk about a few recent projects that you've done in the library. I know that you've recently announced the most valuable reader. Can you tell us how that worked?
Absolutely. So we have a monthly contest up in the library, and for March is actually Read Across America Month. And so that's kind of like a librarian's holiday, I guess you could say. So we had 3 separate contests going on. The first contest was the MVR contest, which stands for Most Valuable Reader. And we do kind of like a basketball bracket with students who are chosen by the English teachers, the English department. So each English teacher picked 2 students that they felt were strong readers, good students. They were here, they were present. And so they competed, and I sent a form out each week to the staff, and they would vote on who would ultimately be our MVR champion. And this year for 2026, it was Helena Vera, and she's a freshman who beat out seniors, juniors, and sophomores. The second contest we had going on, if you had read anything, it could have been a poem, it could have been a short story, a novel. If you read anything in March, you could have came and saw me and placed. I would have given you a plane ticket, and we have this huge map hanging on the wall in the library. And your name would have been put into a raffle for each item that you read, but also you had to place that plane ticket on a map. And this year, it was Quade Pruitt's name drawn, and he read just under 10 books this year. So he placed 10 tickets on that map.
Yeah.
And then the third contest we had going on was the I Love My Library contest. And this is actually a state contest, a Missouri state contest. Yeah. We won last year. We had Sophia Beck. She's the winner this year. And she wrote a poem about how much she loves DHS Library. And I sent that on to hopefully possibly win for a second year in a row. And we won $250 of books last year. April is actually National Poetry Month.
Oh.
And so the contest this year, I always do a poetry scavenger hunt, and creative writing class helps me with that.
Yeah.
But there are different stages. This year, there's only 3 stages since we had spring break this year. And that starts on Monday, April 13th.
Yeah.
But you can come up, you complete each stage. You do have to complete them in order. So you'd start with stage 1. You can enter the contest at any time, but you do have to start with stage 1. And then the first student who comes and completes all 3 stages at the end of April first. So you can come in before school, after school, as long as study hall, as long as it's okay with your teacher.
Yeah.
During lunch, and compete. And like I said, the first person who finishes all 3 stages correctly and accurately will be determined the winner.
Nice. I might actually do that, not gonna lie.
So since I've come to DeSoto, there are 2 absolutely amazing qualities I think our students have, which one is our students really love poetry, which you don't see a lot in high school students, and they really love the classics, which also I don't see a lot in high school students. So I don't see that with my college students. So I'm impressed with our student population here. We also are, next year, we're working on it's called a gym. And it is going to basically have all things DHS library, and students will have access to it to look up if they really, really liked a book and they want to read something that maybe the book is in a series, or they want to read something relative to it. I'm really excited to put this out next year, but they can actually search this gym, it's like an app, and they can say, okay, is this book a series? And if so, does the DHS library have it?
Yeah.
Is the book, okay, it's not a series. Does it have, do we have other books that are relative to it? And it'll list out all the books. And also it'll list out exactly, it'll give you list step by step how to find the book, where it's at in the DHS library. If you have a question, Meg, you just said you were interested in the poetry contest. You can search for that. It will pull up information.
It sucks
about
that
the
I'm
contract.
graduating, but
I know. Well, for this year, you won't have access to it this year. But just as an example, and then book club. So we actually will also have our main book club, which we try to read at least 1 book a quarter, and we have a branch off of book club, which Isaac usually joins us for, called Harry Potter Audiobook Listening Club, HPAC. And we just kind of chill out in the mornings, and those students who love the Harry Potter movies but maybe haven't gotten to read the books yet, we just listen to the audiobooks in the mornings, and we have a light breakfast, which is really nice. And book club and I actually discussed this week about another branch off of book club next year called the Gateway Book Nomination Club. And those students will get with me, and then the English teachers will work with me on who is reading the current Gateway Book nominations, because those are picked and voted on by high school students. And if they only have to read 2. So if they read 2 of those nominations this coming school year, then we'll have a pizza party, and we'll throw a party on and have a voting party on putting our votes in for which books we like the best out of those nominations.
So you always have such creative ideas and activities going around all year. Other than the GEM website app, do you have anything else in store for next year?
Well, I don't want to give away all of my secrets. I'm not going to take all of the credit. I'm definitely a Pinterester, so I'm always going through Pinterest over the summer and trying to find, new and cool things that we have going on up in the library. But most of it is going to be just add-ons to what we already have. So we have all kinds of board games. I do, on the back wall, I do try to have either a giant coloring page or a giant crossword puzzle or word find that the kids really like to participate in. And then, of course, we always have the maker space, which has been really popular this year. Thank you, phone laws. Which has all kinds of art kits in it. We have the coloring pages back there. We have... there's rock art back there, so you can get yourself a rock and you can paint yourself a rock. There's looms back there. There's cardboard. If you even need, not even just for fun, but there's a lot of relaxing items back there. There's Play-Doh, there's Legos. And we also have our FitLit bikes in the
Yeah.
makerspace, which were new this year, which are really nice. And I noticed a lot of the baseball players have been using those this year. So
And at robotics, we've been making sure not to break them.
yeah, please don't break them. They were very
'cause
expensive.
They were very expensive. Yeah.
Use them as much as you wish. Just don't break them.
I did actually have to yell at a few kids to not play on them.
Well, good looking out. Good looking out. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Hoard. I do want to mention that our broadcasting class is very grateful to you for letting us use the library in room 200 when we need a quiet place to do our projects this year. So you have been very helpful for us. As a special thank you for joining us today and in recognition of Librarian Appreciation Day, I'd like to gift you a certificate to DeSoto Donuts, a local business that we all love, for a special treat for yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it is always my pleasure to serve everyone here at DeSoto High School. And just to quote Ursula from The Little Mermaid, it's what I do. It's what I live for.
Yeah. And before we end today, can you tell our listeners when they can visit the library, and do you have any encouraging words for the students as we end out the year?
Yes, so you actually are able to come to the library at any time, before school, after school, during lunch, during classes, as long as it is okay with your teacher and as long as they send you with a note giving you permission that you're allowed to be there. You are welcome anytime in our space, in our community safe space. And even though this could absolutely apply for everyone, I have seniors.
Yeah.
Now that I have this nice gift card, maybe let's take a trip over to DeSoto Donuts and get us some nice breakfast, because we need to take whatever it is that combats and gets rid of that senioritis that you guys are having at this point in time.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks again, Ms. Moore, for joining me today on The Hoard. The Hoard is a podcast developed by DeSoto High School Broadcasting Company and is distributed by DeSoto Senior High School on DNN, DeSoto News Work Network. I am Meg Wallace, and I'll have more for The Hoard next time.